From the vast oceans of human emotions, strewn with priceless pearls, to pick those special ones to adorn an emotive canvas is not everyone's cup of tea. To weave and present to all from real and meaningful experiences drawn from our country's cloaked yet complex web of socio-cultural, spiritual ethos based on our society's implicit intellectual fabric and dignity has rarely been achieved by intellectuals. Unless real, value-based experiences are espoused, the soul of a well-balanced society cannot sustain. It is such intellectuals like our own Deccan-based Dr.Md Azimuddin Baksh, a famous award-winning writer, international traveler, chronicler, a practical and reality-seeking intellectual par excellence. Dr. Baksh has emerged as a major force in his own right in shaping social thought of our times. It is such contributors like Dr. Baksh who maintain the society's balance in our nation. Yet again here, Dr. Baksh presents to the world a beacon of human relations which can mould our train of thoughts to a positive fold. For the mentorship of the new generation, here comes that unique, unparalleled, unmatched tale of a persona, the unforgettable. The large cauldron of cultures across the world teems with abundant tales of love and sacrifice which inspire, elevate the spectrum to newer thresholds, setting new benchmarks for the coming generations. Be it the sacrifices made by the parents for the children or the unshakable bonds of love towards the parents by their children, be it the purity of a brother-sister bond or the ardent, immeasurable limits of friendships, history is full of such examples where from time to time literary characters walk the corridors of actuality and set new horizons of compassion and feelings of sympathy while staying veiled in their obscurity. I am fortunate that in this selfish and egocentric world, during a 32-year period of association of friendship and traveling together, to witness from close quarters a true saga of a brother-sister bondage, which is an epitome of true love, sacrifice, and selflessness. This is about a friend of mine whom I know for over 3 decades. I am privy to every aspect of his life, and many a secret of his are locked inside my heart. I am capturing his tale in the ink of my pen now, with both a tinge of sadness as well as a real pleasure. A family which has seen intense struggles and fraught with many a battle of odds. Trapped in the whirlpool of poverty and penury, divine will has seen this family deprived of basic pleasures and comforts of life for a very long time. Their travails have seen them face days where getting even a single rupee was like holy grail to them. Sometimes Rajaram had to make do with just a measly meal of raw onions baked by his mother on wood fire. To bring sunshine into their home and see their dreams come true, their elder brother, Mr. Shanmugam, from the meager salary of his job in the military, did everything he could to take care of the aged parents, fostering his sister and his younger brother's educational pursuits. During this time, stricken with the blows of poverty, his father bid adieu to this transient world in the year 1975. There came a time when the sister, for the sake of admission of brother Rajaram into the cantonment school at Maratpalli, had to pawn her golden earrings to pay his fees. This selfless act of his sister made such an impact in Rajaram's young mind that over the period of time it turned into an ardent passion for his beloved sister, whom he put on a pedestal, attributing to her his every success and position that he attained in society as her gift to his life. Similarly, he took upon himself to oversee and left no stone unturned to fulfill the duty of a brother towards his sister. While educating himself, he took up odd jobs in private firms. His efforts soon bore fruit, and along with an MA in Public Relations, he did multiple PG diplomas in Industrial Relations, Import-Export Management, etc. Soon, luck smiled upon him and he got a job in the Gulf. His acumen, hard work, and loyalty for the company brought him laurels and opened vistas in the areas of sales and marketing and logistics, where, riding his contributions, the company deputed him to various countries globally. His passion for success and to carve the best for his sister was soon blossoming into reality. His elder brother had never married for fear of not being able to attend to his parents and siblings well. On the footsteps of her brother, Dhanalakshmi too adopted the same path over her own personal pleasures and marital status. Life is never fair nor uniform. The lapse of time shaped the state of affairs in such a manner that the sister suffered a serious rheumatic knee condition and was soon reduced to total dependence on Rajaram. The other brother had passed away by that time. It is so hard to believe that both brother and sister did not marry for the sake of the family. Rajaram followed the same path again, staying celibate and away from a marital accord just to make sure that there is no injustice towards caring for his sister. Truly unbelievable. As he was constantly on international travel, initially for a few years he would take his sister to and fro Muscat and Hyderabad. But with time, as she took to her wheelchair permanently, he built a large, comfortable house as per her choice in Hyderabad. Soon other properties were acquired, all in his sister's name. Bank accounts were opened in her name and she was laden with gold ornaments. Time and again he took her in a wheelchair for travels to Switzerland, France, Germany, Belgium, Holland and other Gulf countries. In this ephemeral world, no one is eternal, and on the fateful day of 29th November 2019, Dhanalakshmi Devi, in the residence at Muscat, Oman, suddenly and without warning embraced death, leaving Rajaram all alone and rudderless in this selfish world. Giving up against the fate's rude hammering, the bereaved brother had to bring his sister's body for final rites at Hyderabad. Losing the very sister whose perpetual love and anticipation was only for a brother, Rajaram suddenly felt a huge, gnawing vacuum. He was all alone with none around him, neither wife nor children. He felt his whole world deserted, bereft of any well-wisher and benefactors. The history of human life is full of such episodes of true love, loyalty and human suffering, and will continue to extend such sorrow as a lesson to remember for generations. Having seen 66 seasons of life, Rajaram's magnetic personality is really unique. Whoever meets him becomes his, and whoever he meets, they become crazy about him. I know dozens of people who are his fans and are simply obsessed with his personality. He has been totally oblivious to the caste, creed, color and religion of people. For him, it's all the same. Rajaram is a second name for an angel for those in trouble. Finding about what his friends need when he is coming from abroad, getting multiple times of what he was asked is a hallmark of Rajaram. His biggest weakness is that he cannot see anyone in trouble. It is well known that to really identify someone's personality, one should do any of these three tests: be a neighbor, do business or monetary transaction, or travel with them. In fact, I have found him making his mark in all these three tests during my friendship with him. His neighbors stand with him always and are around him in any happy or sad times alike. During our trip to Uzbekistan, the way he took care of me, attended to my every need, it was beyond what either a child or a brother could do. I have traveled with him many times earlier too. To find such a person one among million is an understatement. Strange are the games of fate. While Rajaram has always been an example of love and sacrifice, kindness and benevolence, he himself had to gulp bitter abuses from his own relatives, spewing vitriolic hatred at him. Nature has its own retribution on flouting its laws. He went against the nature's law of marriage and progenerating, giving prominence to his sister and family over everything else, thereby facing the backlash of loneliness and sadness of solitude. In hindsight, he could have had a happy married life and kids, yet keeping the lamp of memories burning for his family. After his sister's departing, he is like an orphan wrenched from the apron of a mother. This is a tale of selfless love turned into eternal sadness, known only to the few who know. In these narcissistic times, Only once in a million can we find such exemplary instances, and when we find them, indeed we should treasure them. In this world, every relationship is ephemeral and unstable, built on weak foundations. That's why, despite respecting our relations, if one has to engage in love, build a true relationship based on ultimate truth, one should forge and hold on to a deep bond with the Creator. It is He who always was, and it is He who will always be. To embrace His laws and act upon them, therein lies the ultimate peace and betterment for mankind.